Hi, my name's Glenn Price, and I am the owner of Black Draft Distillery. We're a family-owned business. We started here in Martinsburg in 2014. We started off very small, just had one product at the time, and we've grown exponentially since then. I think now we're about 7 years old. We originally started off back in 2014. We remodeled a horse barn that we had. We were originally a horse farm here in Martinsburg, and we had big Black Draft horses. After that, we had an empty barn, and we didn't know exactly what to do with an empty barn in the backyard of West Virginia, of our house here in West Virginia. And so because of that, we kind of stemmed off very small, very ground roots type of thing, where we knew we wanted to make alcohol, we knew we wanted to make moonshine, but we weren't exactly sure where this was going to go. And lo and behold, it took off very quickly. We ended up leasing a farm in Jefferson County at the time to supply all of our corn and grains for it. And as it grew larger and larger and larger, we ended up knowing that we had to move to a larger location. We had basically outgrown the current barn than where we were at. So about 2020, we started looking to expand as to where the new production area was going to be, where we wanted to make it. And we were lucky enough to find this farm here on the northern end of town, where we knew we'd be able to grow our own corn, we'd be able to grow our own rye right here on site. Another aspect that has kind of kicked on was the amount of fans and the customers that we have. They are hardcore supporters of what we do, and you can just see by the turnout every single weekend that they have the same vision, and they're as gung-ho as we are.
When guests come in to the barn and onto the property and get to experience it, I really enjoy being able to be part of that experience for them, helping to ensure that they have an excellent cocktail, a great meal, wonderful music from the great local musicians that we have in our area, that they feel like they're family. The patio space here in the spring and summer is, we always talk about it being kind of magical. And what I think the core base of that is the folks that knew about Black Draft in 2014 and watched it grow, it still feels today like you're going to hang out in your best friend's backyard.
When COVID hit, and during that 2 or 3 year span, one of the biggest things that we had to do was produce hand sanitizer. Not just us, but a lot of distilleries did. And because of that, one of the first phone calls that I had to make was to the Berkeley County Development Authority and said, hey, we need a bigger space. We have a small barn, but we have this huge need right here, right now, immediately, for larger areas so we can produce hand sanitizer. And we had some large customers that came in and said, hey, we need these now. A lot of larger businesses and government folks also. That was a huge thing because that actually elevated our business to another plateau where now we can focus on moving forward and what's the next step for us personally as our business, because we had to pivot so quickly. That allowed us to kind of move and change and shift and rethink how we do here at the distillery itself and where we are going to be moving in the future. It's better to do business in Berkeley County because, number one, the geographical location. I think that's a huge advantage when dealing with other areas. You know, you've got 3 states within 45 minutes of where we're sitting right here, right now. You know, where we're doing this. You have 4 different states. You have 4 very diverse groups of folks who are moving about within this 45-mile radius of where we're at. There's a huge influence here. One of the great things that I really like about this also is the fact that things are changing. You can tangibly see what's growing, what's doing better, how we're moving forward in this county. We're not stepping back and kind of hiding behind things. We're actually coming out forward and saying, this place is terrific. Take a look at it. You have Procter & Gamble jumping in here. You've got Clorox jumping in here. You have small businesses like us who are up and growing too. It's not just we're being crowded out by the Walmarts here. It's actually quite the opposite. The small businesses here are doing well also. And I'm not just saying us. We're part of a group of probably 10 or 12 other small businesses that have all kind of started close to the same time, and we're all just kind of growing at the same pace, and it's terrific to see.